That night, the Colonel and I walked down to Alaska's room to celebrate our bar night success. She and the Colonel had been celebrating a lot the past couple of days, and I didn't feel up to climbing Strawberry Hill, so I sat and munched on pretzels while Alaska and the Colonel drank wine from paper cups with flowers on them. "We ain't drinking out the bottle tonight, hon," the Colonel said. "We're classing it up. It's an old-time Southern drinking contest," Alaska responded. "We just gonna treat Pudge to an evening of real Southern living. We gonna match each other's Dixie cup for Dixie cup till the lesser drink falls." And that's pretty much what they did, pausing only to turn out the lights at 11 so the Eagle wouldn't drop by. They chatted some, but mostly they drank, and I drifted out of the conversation and ended up squinting through the dark, looking at the book spines in Alaska's life library. Even minus the books she'd lost in the mini flood, I could have stayed up until morning reading through haphazard stacks of titles. A dozen white tulips in a plastic vase were precariously perched atop of one of the book stacks, and when I asked her about them, she just said, "Jake and Mai's anniversary," and I didn't care to continue that line of dialogue, so I went back to scanning titles. And I was just wondering how I could go about learning Edgar Allan Poe's last words, for the record, "Lord, help my poor soul," when I heard Alaska say, "Pudge isn't even listening to us." And I said, "I'm listening. We were just talking about Truth or Dare. Played out in 7th grade or still cool?" "Never played it," I said. "No friends in 7th grade." "Well, that does it," she shouted. A bit too loud given the late hour and also given the fact that she was openly drinking wine in the room. "Truth or Dare." "All right," I agreed, "but I'm not making out with the Colonel." The Colonel sat slumped in the corner. "Can't make out. Too drunk." Alaska started. "Truth or Dare, Pudge?" "Dare. Hook up with me." So I did. It was that quick. I laughed, looked nervous, and she leaned in and tilted her head to the side, and we were kissing. 0 layers between us, our tongues dancing back and forth in each other's mouth, until there was no her mouth and my mouth, but only our mouths intertwined. She tasted like cigarettes and Mountain Dew and wine and chapstick. Her hand came to my face, and I felt her soft fingers tracing the line of my jaw. We lay down as we kissed, she on top of me, and I began to move beneath her. I pulled away for a moment to say, "What is going on here?" And she put one finger to her lips, and we kissed again. A hand grabbed one of mine, and she placed it on her stomach. I moved slowly on top of her and felt her arching her back fluidly beneath me. I pulled away again. "What about Lara? Jake?" Again, she shushed me. "Less tongue, more lips," she said, and I tried my best. I thought the tongue was the whole point, but she was the expert. "Christ," the Colonel said loudly. "That wretched beast drama draws nigh." But we paid no attention. She moved my hand from her waist to her breast, and I felt cautiously my fingers moving slowly under her shirt, but over her bra, tracing the outline of her breasts, and then cupping one in my hand, squeezing softly. "You're good at that," she whispered. Her lips never left mine as she spoke. We moved together, my body between her legs. "This is so fun," she whispered. "But I'm so sleepy." To be continued? She kissed me for another moment, my mouth straining to stay near hers. But then she moved from beneath me, placed her hand on my chest, and fell asleep instantly. We didn't have sex. We never got naked. I never touched her bare breasts, and her hand never got lower than my hips. It didn't matter. As she slept, I whispered, "I love you, Alaska Young." Just as I did, just as I was falling asleep, the Colonel spoke. "Dude, did you just make out with Alaska?" "Yeah, this is gonna end poorly," he said to himself. And then I was asleep, that deep, can still taste her in my mouth sleep. That sleep that is not particularly restful, but is difficult to wake from all the same. And then I heard the phone ring, I think. And I think, although I can't know, that I felt Alaska get up. I think I heard her leave. I think. How long she was gone is impossible to know. But the Colonel and I both woke up when she returned. Whenever that was, because she slammed the door. She was sobbing, like that post-Thanksgiving morning, but worse. "I have to get out of here," she cried. "What's wrong?" I asked. "I forgot. God, how many times can I fuck up?" she said. I didn't even have time to wonder what she forgot before she screamed. "I just have to go. Help me get out of here." "Where do you need to go?" She sat down and put her hand between her legs, sobbing. "Just please distract the eagle right now so I can go. Please." The Colonel and I, at the same moment, equal in our guilt, said, "Okay, just don't turn on your lights," the Colonel said. "Just drive slow and don't turn on your lights. Are you sure you're okay?" "Fuck," she said. "Just get rid of the eagle for me," she said. Her sobs, childlike half screams. "God, oh God, I'm so sorry." "Okay," the Colonel said. "Start the car when you hear the second string." We left. We did not say, "Don't drive, you're drunk." We did not say, "We aren't letting you in that car when you're upset." We did not say, "We insist on going with you." We did not say, "This can wait until tomorrow." Anything, everything can wait. We walked to our bathroom, grabbed the 3-string of leftover firecrackers from beneath the sink, and ran to the eagles. We weren't sure that it would work again, but it worked well enough. The eagle tore out of his house as soon as the first string of firecrackers started popping. He was waiting for us, I suppose. And we headed for the woods and got him in deeply enough that he'd never heard her drive away. The Colonel and I doubled back, wading through the creek to save time, slipped in through the back window of room 43, and slept like babies.